Hello my crafty friends, this is Ida, Created to Create. Welcome back to my channel. If you are not 18 years or older, this video content is not intended for you. Today I have a project share. I have been playing with, I picked up one of Anna My Crafting World Designs dies, and I hadn't had a chance to play with it. I did cut it out. I think I shared that before, but I didn't like my color selection. So while I was at the craft store the other day, I did pick up some pink paper and I put one together, and it is gorgeous, or I think it is. But let me share with you guys what I used for my project. It's still not like I still have to make things to put in it, but my project is complete. So I've had this stamp set in my stash for a really long time, and I don't know if I bought it or if somebody gifted it to me, but it's a bunch of sayings and they're little bitty tags, and they also came with a die. So I'm not sure if somebody gifted it to me or if I bought it. I used those stamps. Then I used my Tim Holtz the lace embossing folder, and it only does like a portion, so I use that, and that is 3D. And then I still have it out because I'm debating of whether I want to make another one, and I probably will make another one. And then I use the Caddy. It's called a craft Caddy from My Crafting World Designs.com. I will link it in the description box below. And then I also used my Anna Griffin teacup, and this one actually goes in a what do you call it? It goes inside a card, and you're supposed to be able to fold the card, and when you open it, the teacup pops up, and that's what it does. I do have this one, and I've had it for a long time, and I hadn't played with it in a while. I'm not even sure if I ever played with it, but I did this time, so I want to share my project with you guys. I also used one of these Lazy Susans, the acrylic ones that I picked up. I did link these before in a previous video, but I'll link them again. And these are the 3-inch. You could actually go up to a 4-inch if you wanted to, and that would work just as well. So let me remove these and let me bring in my project so I can share with you guys what I created. Oh, and I used another thing, but what did I do with it? Where did I set it down? I was cleaning off my desk. Oh, here it is. I was cleaning off my desk because I had a mess. So I used and I will link it in the description box below. I use one of these sets that are for creating the tiered trays. And there's a couple of styles that I have in my stash. So this is one of them. And you can stack up to the base and then 2 more layers. So it's like a 3-tiered, you can make a 3-tiered tray. So I used, and they come in silver and in gold. I will link those as well in the description box below. And there's a couple of styles, and they come in gold and they come in silver. So I will link them in the description box. And I'm not going to share all of them with you because all of them are not in stock, but the ones that are, I will share them with you guys. So let me share my little project. Ta-da! Look at that. You guys probably can't tell what it is, but it spins because it's on the acrylic Lazy Susan. Now I will tell you one thing. This one has a screw. I actually screwed it through here because it's recessed down here and it's flat up here. So you can screw it to your project and it won't come off. But what I did find that the tighter I got the screw in there, the less it didn't move as freely if I tightened it too much. So what I would recommend would probably be for you to glue this on afterwards. And you can glue it like this, so the screw to the hardware could actually go in here and it wouldn't be in the way, because I think that if you glue it, it moves more freely. but it still works for me. I mean, I don't have a problem using it the way I used it. But look at how gorgeous this is. Now I'm going to take out what I really don't have anything in it yet. Went to the Dollar Tree and picked up those little glass bottles that they have there. And I picked up a couple packages just to have something in there. Because I didn't have nothing. I had picked up these heart bling from and they're very glossy and iridescent, from Hobby Lobby. And just kind of getting ready for Valentine's, because I have been designing my new dies for Valentine's. I have to get them early before I can't get them in time. So I was working on that. So my mind has been on Valentine mode. So when I saw these, I knew that I needed them. I needed to pick them up because I would be using them in my crafts. I love all these little hearts, and I have them in different colors. But this is the one that my newest find. So I picked that up and put them in a little jar. And I'm going to turn this sideways so you can see how gorgeous this is. Look at that, you guys. Here's the Anna Griffin cup. I did double layer it, so I cut one out in the Anna Griffin paper and then one in the plain pink, and then I used a gold pen. I'll share with you the pen that I used to create. I used these deco pens to create, to paint the edges on my projects, especially when it's when I'm doing something that's a teacup or a saucer or a spoon, because a lot of times the fine china does have like the gold handle, the gold rim. So I use this pen, and I love this color, and this is a metallic gold. It's a gold leafing pen. So I did edge, I don't know if you can see it, but I edged right here in gold. And so the pink peeks out a little bit higher than the Anna Griffin. So it looks like it has a pink border and then the gold, but it's actually just 2 cups that I cut. So it's pink on the inside and the Anna Griffin paper on the outside. I cut this one in a metallic paper and on both sides, so that's gorgeous. But look at the tier. Now I only used 2 sections here. I could go one more higher if I wanted to, but for this I didn't want to make it very, very tall, so I only used the 2. But I love the way this looks. Now for these, here's that pink paper I told you guys that I picked up, and the layering pieces are from my Anna Griffin paper. So I used a full sheet of this print right here. And then for the spine that's in these compartments, I used the metallic gold that I used on the handle, and that's what I embossed with the embossing folder. You can see the embossing detail. And also here, even though I created this in pink, it does have the layering piece, and I did that in pink as well, but I embossed it. And then the gold label, I did it in the same gold that I used throughout my project. And I glued mine, all these little compartments. You have to create 6 of them. I glued them all in place, you guys, because I didn't want them moving around, not for what I wanted to do. And it was real easy to put together. Here's the bottom. See how it looks nice and clean on the bottom? I absolutely love it. Now I have several layers on this. Normally, I said before that when I'm creating something and it has those little, what do you call those? Tabs. And you have to glue the tabs. I glue them on the outside of my project first, and then I cut out another one and I glue it on top. That way the tab is trapped in between 2 layers of paper, one on top and one on the bottom, and it's less likely to come undone. So that's the way I create mine. And after I had done that, I actually cut this main piece a couple times, one in very heavy cardboard. For that piece, I took a die cut and I traced it on the very heavy cardboard because I wanted this to be really, really sturdy, and I glued it on the inside, and then I cut another pink one out and glued it on the inside. Although it wasn't necessary because you're not going to see it, I wasn't sure exactly where I was going with this. So if you're going to do what I did, you don't need to put pretty paper on the inside because it's not going to show. But I did on mine because I wasn't sure. Like, this was an afterthought. On the paper, on the plate, I did it in the pink, same pink I used throughout the project. And I lined the edge with that gold leafing pen. You can see it there. It is stunning, you guys. Oh, this caddy is gorgeous. I was on the fence. Look at that beautiful Anna Griffin paper. Um, I was on the fence about this die because I didn't know what I would use it for. But the more I looked at it, the more I wanted it. And I thought, I'm just going to go ahead and get it. Normally, I hadn't been buying too many dies because I've been creating my own, but this was one that I did want to get, and I really, really like it. It's very, very sturdy, and you can see that it swivels because it's on that Lazy Susan, and I just love the way it looks. Um, I had also cut out another. See, this is what that bottom tray looks like on the inside, except I did it in pink, and I found the center of my die by just with a pencil. I did a line going across this way and across this way. Where they intersect, where your pencil marks intersect, that's the center of your die. So I was able to find that just by drawing on here, and not on this one, before I put my finished piece on top. To make the hole, I just use an awl to punch a hole there. Um, Nothing major. I didn't have any trouble. These are meant to fold down, I think, but I like them kind of just sticking out because they're not so big or anything, and I love the way they look. I'm thinking I still want to add a small border here, maybe a gold border on this one right here, just to break up some of that pink. But I love the way it looks. Now, if I wanted to, there is another piece to this. I could actually layer the, let me hold it this way. I could actually adhere it and then put this tray on top. And then I would have a 3-tier craft caddy that swivels. And I might do that. I might include this tray and the other piece. Not sure yet where this is going, but it's going somewhere. And I just love, love, love the way this came out. So for this particular project, I didn't want to add any more scraps to the mountain of scraps I already have, you guys. So what I decided to do, that's where that little tag set came in. I cut out, because the tags are so tiny, tiny. I cut out a bunch of tags and I just stamped it with, here, I'm going to move really, really close so you can see that it is noticeable, but not on camera. That's why I'm bringing it in really, really close. But I stamped them so the recipient will already have these little tags to adhere to any of their crafts that they're sending out. And there's all different ones in here. I used the ones that I thought were more likely to be used. And for my ribbon, this ribbon was gifted to me by my friend Sonia. And this is like a 1/16th inch wide ribbon, so it's very, very narrow, and I love, love, love it. And that's all I have, what she sent me, and I love it, and I love the way it looks so delicate. So that's why I decided to just add some tags here so the recipient could use them. But imagine if I had left them long enough or put a loop in them, I could have hung them from here or from my teacup, and they would look like a little tea, the little labels on the tea bags. But I think this is a great way to use up your little scraps when you're working on something, when you don't want to add more to it. I think this is a great way. And then I still have some bits and pieces of these, so I'm looking for my tiniest dies. I have a few over here as well. Let me grab them. So I'm looking for my tiniest dies that I have to make little tags. Let me grab these really, really quick. So I have, and one of my favorites is by Spellbinders. I believe my friend Jacqueline gifted me this particular die. Look at how gorgeous those little tags are. So I cut out a bunch of little ones. These I'm going to leave blank so the recipient can stamp whatever she wants, because normally, we all have a bunch of little stamps. But look at that gorgeous paper. Instead of adding to my, like I said, my already mountain of scraps, I decided to just go ahead and I felt this was a good way to use them up. So I made these tags. I haven't added any ribbon to them or anything yet, but I'm going to do the same thing that I did with the other ones and add them to this Happy Mail. And then I created some little flowers in the pink and gold. And this is a Scrap Diva Designs die that I use to create these flowers. I love the veining in them. And these flowers come with her lacy or romantic tags, I think is what they're called. That's where this flower die comes from. And there's like three or four different sizes. And those are the ones that I use in just some flat back gold gemmies to go there. I still need to package these up, but I think they're gorgeous, you know, just to use up those scraps. And somebody will be able to use that on their projects. Anyway, guys, that is all that I have to share with y'all. I will make sure to link these handles, this hardware, in the description box below, because if you have this die and you have some type of 3D cup or a teapot, imagine a teapot up here. I would have loved to have put a teapot, maybe a cup on top, the teapot in the middle, and then the tray at the bottom, but I don't have a 3D teapot. I don't even know if there's one. But how gorgeous that will look for a tea-themed project. I think it would be gorgeous. So these handles come in, I think it's 2 different styles, and they come in silver and in gold. So I will link everything in the description box below. Please keep in mind that some of the links will be affiliate links. Also for the My Crafting World Design, the Caddy, if you use the code IDA10, you get 10% off. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope everyone has a great day, and I hope that this gave you ideas on what to do with your caddy if you picked it up. Thanks for watching. Bye.